Peter Obi was in PDP, did he occupy any executive position? Kenneth Okonkwo asks. It is no longer news that Peter Obi has been adjudged to be part of the old political system that has been in charge of the affairs of the nation over the last couple of years, since he emerged as the presidential candidate of the Labour Party. One of the questions people have asked regarding him is how different is he from the politicians in the PDP, being a former member of the party. Addressing the issue in an interview with Channels Television, a top chieftain of the Labour Party, Kenneth Okonkwo, said when Peter Obi was in the PDP, he never occupied any executive position. Well, obviously, after reading the whole statement, we can actually find that it's different from what the title is. Anyways, he never really occupied a top position, and if he did, then he would have emerged at least maybe a vice president. I mean, it was even too late anyways. But the more you actually look into him as a person, which I think, if you really want to be a well-rounded, just to have a judgment, right? You can't just choose any political candidate. And whether Peter Obi is your favorite or not, take it as your duty upon yourself as a Nigerian that is going to vote to do research on the person, and then you compare with the options that you have. So then you have Peter Obi, you have obviously Kwakwanso, you have Tinubu, and you have Atiku. So you have Atiku and Tinubu who have they're more prominent in the political scene than Peter Obi. So really, the onus is on you for you to research Peter Obi, and then you find that, oh, wait a minute, there has been a pattern here of integrity, and in a system whereby you have to really follow what everyone else is doing. You find that this is an individual that has faced resistance because of his integrity, and especially when it comes to management of funds. And to think this man was also impeached as well, great. I mean, this is what you need for us, or for anybody, to build their likeness or their attitude towards Peter Obi. And I think it says a lot. So yes, I mean, obviously, as a Nigerian, you should ask, well, he was in the PDP before, part of a party that really was part of creating this mess called Nigeria today. So yes, I think it is fair to ask. But then the onus is also on you to do research on the individual and look at the interviews, look at how they relate, look at the history. And that is why, to be honest, the jealousy from other parties, or the rivalry increases, because personally, I don't believe that Peter Obi had done anything extraordinary in terms of the way he presented himself. He was very effortless in his approach. And he came with the confidence of, well, I've got what you need. I believe I have the capabilities of being your president. Do you want me? Do you not want me? Go and research. Why do you want me? So it's a thing where it's like he wasn't even trying to convince Nigerians. And of course, why he also appealed to the youth is the fact that the youth know what they want. They have seen generations on their generations, in the past, to just make bad decisions again and again and again, and they're tired, because you imagine seeing your generations before make such terrible decisions politically and then tell you that you are the leaders of tomorrow and expect you to fix their mess. I mean, at the end of the day, I don't think the youth have any choice but to fix the mess. And so obviously, with the EndSARS protest, with the youth actively engaging in Nigerian politics and just social issues in the last few years, it's no surprise that they're still engaged now, and they know that, let's get our PVCs. So I think the youth already being in the mindset of, enforcing change really made it just a perfect synergy with the youth and Peter Obi. And that is why it's like a lock and key. It just worked. And Peter Obi really did not have to do that much convincing, because it's like, well, I've got what you need. Do you think I am what you need? And I think that's such a wise way of trying to get people to follow you by them actually doing the research and actually thinking to themselves, because there is more ownership and there is more engagement for the youth, or for the average individual that supports Peter Obi, for them to be in the mindset of, this is what I have thought about, this is the candidate I think is best for my country. So I think psychologically, Peter Obi played a fantastic game, and again, very strategic. He left the PDP. I mean, at that time, I was very shocked to think this man left and was part of the Labour Party, days to the PDP primaries, I think, was a very big risk. I cannot tell you what the process was like, but I can tell you I'd be terrified to make such a decision, because really you're going from a top party to Labour Party, which, let's be honest, nobody knew. So yeah, it's funny, and looking at Kenneth Okonkwo, who was part of the APC, this is somebody who defected as well, of course, with the whole Muslim ticket and the APC just messing up, to be very honest. This individual has now moved to Labour Party, which of course no one can trust, but again, you just have to prove yourself to the people for why they should support you anyways. So I guess we'll keep doing the same thing. Obi is different from other PDP members. He was looking for a party platform to the presidency until God provided one for him. Almost all the past governors contested for Senate or pushed one of their boys to a federal position or the other. But Peter Obi was never seen since he left office pushing anyone or had a boy in federal or state. Do your research. Other presidential candidates had not even one, but many. Exactly. So again, do your research. Why do you want this person? Not based on other people's, opinions, which, yes, can be influential, but for you as an individual, you need to be solid in your decision so if anything goes wrong, you can still stand firm and say, well, I chose this person based on the facts or based on what was presented, and I believe I made the right judgment from what I could see. So, again, obviously, Kenneth Okonkwo being now a spokesperson, I don't even know what title he has within the Labour Party anyways, but, I guess he's doing his job. Peter Obi was waiting for the divine call, and the time is now. No one can stop him, even you. I think, for those that are maybe, I guess, spiritual, or, those that are religious or whatever, I think looking at the timing of what is happening and just the magnitude of support and attitude towards Peter Obi, and it just all did not really seem planned, but I feel like there's a sort of divine aspect to Peter Obi being, and that's what I personally think, because I believe that, again, it could all be strategic, and we as the people would not even know or have any idea anyway, which is how a lot of things are, to be honest. But I think there's just, because if you compare to the parties that have been, who have the experience and who can really play the game, they don't seem to hack it. They're just not, I think that's the main thing, where you're like, wait, what does this man actually have? Obviously, it's simple for you to know what is right and know what you want, great. But it's like, you compare to his competition, and talk about efficiency. You cannot say that the input of the Labour Party and the PDP or the APC is the same. You can't say that. But the returns that the Labour Party is yielding, especially in support, is just astronomical. And you compare to the likes of PDP and APC, where it's like it's like you're chasing the number one. It's like Peter Obi is there, and you have the other two trying to chase up. They're not in any lane of their own. It's like they've been covered by the shadow of the Labour Party, which is unfortunate, but fortunate for us. Put what you think about this in the comment section below, and don't forget to like and subscribe.